Hello grade 10 students. Welcome to another virtual class. I am Miss Madhu Vadge. We are studying chapter 10, Circles. And we are learning how to apply theorem 10.1 and 10.2 in solving questions of exercise 10.2. So far we have answered 11 questions of this exercise. In today's video lesson we will continue with the same and answer remaining questions. Question number 12. A triangle ABC is drawn to circumscribe a circle with radius 4 centimeters such that the segment BD and DC, into which side BC is divided by the point of contact D, are of lengths 8 centimeters and 6 centimeters respectively. Find the sides AB and AC. Mark the point where side AB of the triangle touches the circle as E, and the point where side AC touches the circle as F. Now join point O to E and F to O. Also join the vertices A, B and C to the center. To find the sides AB and AC of this triangle, we will have to use the concepts that we have studied in this chapter as well as previously learned concepts and formulas. Since we are given a triangle, we can use the formula for finding the area of a triangle. And there are two formulas that we can apply over here. Area of triangle can be given by half base into height, and area of the same triangle can be given by Hero's formula, that is S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, where S is the semi-perimeter. Using these two formulas, we are going to find out the area of triangle ABC, and then we will equate the results that we get in order to get an equation in one variable. Now we need to assign a variable x to the unknown side. We have two sides that are unknown, AB and AC. However, if we use the concepts that we have studied in this chapter, we can equate CD to CF. Because point C is in the exterior of this circle, from which we have two tangents CD and CF. So their lengths will be equal. So if CD is 6 centimeters, CF will also be 6 centimeters. Similarly, point B lies in the exterior of this circle. So tangents drawn from point B are BD and BE, and these two will be equal in length. So this implies that BE will be 8 centimeters. Similarly, point A is in the exterior of this circle. So we have two tangents from point A, AE and AF. So these two tangents are equal in length using the second theorem. Now here the length of these segments are unknown. So now we can assign the unknown variable to these segments. So let AF be x, and therefore AE will also be x. So now the sides of the triangle are AB equal to 8 plus x, BC is 14 centimeters, and AC is x plus 6 centimeters. Now since we have all three sides of the triangle, we can find its area using Heron's formula. So let's find the semi-perimeter. So taking side AB as A, BC as B and AC as C, The semi-perimeter will be a plus b plus c divided by 2, that is x plus 8 plus 14 plus x plus 6 whole divided by 2, that is 2x plus 28 divided by 2, which is equal to x plus 14. Therefore, area of this triangle ABC is equal to s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. Substituting values of s, a, b and c in this formula, we get square root of x plus 14 in brackets x plus 14 minus x plus 8 second term will be x plus 14 minus 14 and the third term will be x plus 14 in brackets minus x plus 6. Now notice that I have used square brackets also along with the curved brackets because I am keeping the second term in brackets as there is a negative sign before it. Now simplify each bracket. We get x plus 14 minus x minus 8. Next term will be x plus 14 minus 14 and the last term will be x plus 14 minus x minus 6. When you open the brackets, don't forget to change the sign of the terms inside the bracket. So we get square root of x plus 14 in brackets. In the second term, x and x gets cancelled. 14 minus 8 will be 6. In the third term, 14 minus 14 becomes 0. So you are left with x. And in the last term, x minus x becomes 0. And 14 minus 6 gives us 8. So on multiplying, we get square root of 48x in brackets x plus 14. 48 can be factorized as 16 into 3. We can write square root of 16 as 4 and rewrite this expression as 4 square root of 3x in brackets x plus 14 centimeter square. So this is the area of this triangle using Heron's formula. Let's mark this result as 1. Now we are going to find the area of this triangle using formula half base into height. We can apply this formula to find the area of a triangle only if its base and corresponding height is known. So look at the triangle OCB. We know the base and we know the corresponding height. Similarly, in triangle AOB, we have the base and the corresponding height, and in triangle AOC, we have AC as the base and OF as the corresponding height. OD, OE and OF are the radii of the same circle. So OE will be 4 centimeters and FO will also be 4 centimeters. So what we are doing is we are dividing this triangle ABC into 3 parts. So using the formula half base into height, we will find the area of each of these triangles, that is triangle COB, triangle AOB and triangle AOC. Adding the area of these three triangles will give us the area of triangle ABC. We will start with triangle AOB. So area of triangle AOB is equal to half base into height. The base is AB and the height is OE. Substituting AB and OE, we get half x plus 8 into 4, which is equal to 2x plus 16 centimeters square. Now we will find the area of triangle COB. Base of this triangle is CB and the height is OD. So substituting these, we get half into 14 into 4, which is equal to 28 centimeters square. Now we will find the area of triangle ACO. Base of this triangle is AC and the height is OF. So on substituting, we get half in brackets x plus 6 into 4. On simplifying, this will be 2x plus 12 centimeters square. So area of triangle ABC is equal to the sum of area of these three triangles. Substituting the areas for each of these triangles, we get 2x plus 16 plus 28 plus 2x plus 12, which is equal to 4x plus 56. We can take 4 common, so we get 4 into x plus 14 centimeters square. Mark this result as 2. Using result 1 and 2, we have area of same triangle expressed in two different expressions. This means that we can equate these expressions. On equating these expressions and simplifying, we will get an equation in x. We can start by dividing both sides by 4 and then taking the square on both sides to get rid of this square root sign. So we will get 3x into x plus 14 equal to x plus 14 square. So 3x into x plus 14 is equal to x plus 14 into x plus 14. We can divide both sides by x plus 14. So we get 3x equal to x plus 14. That is 2x equal to 14, or x is equal to 7. Now that we have got the value of x, we can find the sides of the triangle. So AB will be equal to x plus 8, which is equal to 7 plus 8 equal to 15 centimeters. And AC will be equal to x plus 6, that is equal to 7 plus 6, which is 13 centimeters. Question number 13. Prove that opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angles at the center of the circle. For this question, a figure needs to be drawn. We need to draw a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle. So first we will draw a circle, and then we will draw a quadrilateral such that the sides of the quadrilateral are touching the circle, and label the quadrilateral as ABCD, and the points where the sides of the quadrilateral touch the circle as PQRS. What are we given in the question? A quadrilateral circumscribes a circle. And what do we have to prove? Opposite sides of a quadrilateral subtend supplementary angles at the center of the circle. The opposite sides of this quadrilateral are AB and DC. So the angle subtended by AB at the center is angle AOB. Similarly, angle subtended by DC at the center is angle DOC. So we have to prove angle AOB plus angle DOC is equal to 180 degrees. Similarly, the other pair of opposite sides, that is BC and DA, subtend angle BOC and angle DOA at the center respectively. So we have to show that angle BOC plus angle DOA is equal to 180 degrees. In order to prove these equations, we will have to draw some lines. So join the center to R, Q, O and P. Observe that AOC is not a straight line, and therefore this line is not a diagonal. Similarly, DOB is not a straight line, and therefore it is not a diagonal. Generally, in this question, students end up drawing the figure incorrectly by drawing DB and AC as diagonals. So keep this in mind, that diagonal AC and DB will not pass through the center, and therefore AOC and DOB are not diagonals. Now consider triangle OSA and triangle OPA. AS and AP are tangents drawn from an external point A to this circle. So these two tangents will be equal in length. Also, OS and OP are radii of the same circle. So these two segments will also be equal. And OA is a common side. So these two triangles are congruent by SSS criteria. Since these two triangles are congruent, their corresponding angles are also equal. So we can mark angle SOA equal to angle POA. Let's label these equal angles as X. Similarly, we can prove triangle POB congruent to triangle QOB by SSS, and therefore angle POB will be equal to angle QOB. Let's mark these equal angles as Y. Then we can prove triangle QOC congruent to triangle ROC by SSS. Therefore, angle QOC will be equal to angle ROC. Let's mark these equal angles as Z. Similarly, we can prove triangle DOR congruent to triangle DOS by SSS, and therefore angle DOR will be equal to angle DOS. Let's mark these equal angles as W. So now in this figure, we have marked all angles around this point O. And we know that the sum of angles around a point is equal to 360 degrees. So adding all these angles around point O, we get angle X plus angle X plus angle Y plus angle Y plus angle Z plus angle Z plus angle W equal to 360 degrees. This is same as 2 times angle X plus angle Y plus angle Z plus angle W equal to 360 degrees. So angle X plus angle Y plus angle Z plus angle W is equal to 180 degrees. Let's group these angles, angle X plus Y together and angle Z plus W together. Notice in the figure, angle X plus Y is angle AOB and angle Z plus W is angle DOC. So replacing these angles, we get angle AOB plus angle DOC equal to 180 degrees. Similarly, if we add X plus W, we get angle DOA, and if we add Z plus Y, we get angle COB. So we have proved the statement given in the question that the opposite sides of a quadrilateral that circumscribes a circle subtends supplementary angles at the center. With this, we come to the end of this video lesson. Your assignment for today is this question, which appears frequently in board papers. See you in the next class. Until then, goodbye.